A man travels 720 kilometer in 8 hours, partly by air and partly by train. If he had traveled all the way by air, he would have saved four-fifths of the time he was in train and would have arrived at his destination 4 hours early. Find the distance traveled by him in air and train distance. This we need to find. Now, this problem we can solve by conventional method as well as by shortcut method. Please understand, in conventional method, in 8 hours, 720 kilometer it travels. That means average speed we can find it out 90 kilometer per hour, 720 by 8, 90 kilometer per hour. Now that is the average speed, and that average speed is attained by movement in air and train. Now how much distance we need to take? D1 is the distance going through air, D2 is the distance going through train, or maybe 720 minus D1. So these way some equations we can generate and we can proceed. Now directly we are moving to the technique which is definitely important, that is shortcut. Shortcut technique, understanding the entire informations and applying that properly. Now here are some of the key things that we need to understand. Let me imagine that the distance is like that. It is the entire distance. And here I am considering, I don't know that how much train, how much train, how much air. Let's say this is moving by train and this is by air. Now, whenever I am moving to the second part of the question, that means if he had traveled all the way by air, he would have saved four-fifths of the time. His time requirement is whenever train movement, then air movement, total time taken. Now, train movement, this part, if he is moving by a faster speed, saving four-fifths of its time. So, what I can understand the speed ratio from this given statement. I can find four-fifths of his time saving. So, time taken by air is four-fifths less. That means one-fifth of time by train. Rest of the distance, whatever moved by air, it is remaining same. So only saving is this part. So these part informations is leading to that information. Time taken by air is one-fifth of the time taken by train. Then from here I can write it down. Speed of train by speed by air. These two things, if I take the ratio, I can find it out that air, it should be the 5 times of the train. As speed in air is 5 times, due to that, it is saving four-fifths of the time. This is our first statement information, speed ratio. Now, after getting the speed ratio, we have to find it out that initially how much time it has taken, and these part. Now we are connecting the other part. That means 4 hour early. Means I can say four-fifths of train time is nothing but 4 hour, because he saved four-fifths of the time, train time. And by this saving, 4 hour early reaching. So basically four-fifths of the train time is 4 hour. Now train travel time, it should be equal to 5 hour. So train travel time is 5 hour, and if it is moving by air, it would take 1 hour. If by air, same path, that means the path traveled by train, then it would take how much? 1 hour. So the entire path, if it is by air, if by air, then first part it would take 1 hour. Second part it is, so basically saving 4 hour. Train time is 5 hour. 5 hour means 3 hours spending. That 3 hour it was moving by air initially. So if by air 1 hour part, which was initially taking 5 hour time by train, and 3 hour path, which was initially it was taking 3 hour only because this was by air. So this way the entire path it has been considered. Now if it is, so this was initially, I can write it down, this was initially it is by train, and it was 5 hour initially by air, and it was 3 hour remaining same. Now which we have converted to a same types of conveyance. If it is air, so 1 hour and 3 hours. So path it would be divided in the ratio of 1:3. So I can find that traveled by train, distance traveled by train, it should be nothing but 1 by 4, because 1:3 is the ratio of the distances. So it should be 1 by 4 of 720, and that should be nothing but 180 kilometer. And by air it should be balance, means 720 minus 180, so it is coming as 540. That means 540 kilometer by air and 180 kilometer by train. So answer would be option D in this case. So here actually time saving leads to speed ratio, and that speed ratio as well as how much time saving is giving me train original time taken, due to that air original time taken. And finally this entire path can be divided. If it is moving by air only, then it will take 1 plus 3 4 hours time. And here these informations, 1 and 3, it is basically the path of train travel and path of air travel. That's why these two paths divided, and finally it is in the ratio of 1:3. So basically train path and air path, it is coming as ratio of 1:3. That concepts by a single conveyance we can find it out.